Hi everyone, welcome to my video blog. For those of you who are new to me and my work, my name is Krista Davis. I am a certified professional coach. I specialize in teaching women professionals how to gain the confidence and clarity to love their jobs or leave them. Love it or leave it. And that's one of the concepts that we're going to be looking at on today's blog, which is the question of how do I know when it's time to leave my job? The short answer to that is that it depends. There are a lot of factors that are relative to the individual who's asking themselves that question. But I wanted to give you 3 tools today to help you go through that process and hopefully get some clarity if that's a question that you've been pondering. To start off, I want to share a personal story of how I can relate to this question. Prior to going full-time with my business, I was working at a nonprofit organization, and I was pondering the same exact question of when do I know when it's time to leave my job. I had found coaching, got my coaching certification. I was coaching on the side and really fell in love with it, and was definitely going through that internal struggle of what do I do on a regular basis. During this time, the organization was having some funding issues. We were laying off staff, and a good mentor of mine asked me how I would feel if I was laid off. I pondered the question, and I almost couldn't believe my answer when I responded to him, and because I said I would feel relieved. It's very telling, and I didn't end up leaving my job until 8 months after that. But going through that process and really looking back on hindsight, it was an interesting experience, and it really ties into the first tool that I'm about to share with you. So, first, when you're trying to decide if it's time to leave your job, ask yourself, what is your internal narration telling you? So what are the stories, the beliefs, the shoulds, the expectations that you're carrying around regarding your job and work? For me, in my situation, I wasn't in this horrible work environment. I had a really nice boss. I wasn't working 80 hours a week. Like, things weren't so bad. And sometimes that can be the toughest to leave, right? Because when things are toxic, hopefully most of us know to get out if it's toxic. But sometimes when things aren't terrible, it's like, what do I do? Am I the problem? So for me, I was burnt out, I was unmotivated, and I was trying to rationalize my situation. And I was also operating under these rules while I was looking for other jobs. I was trying to force myself into almost an identical situation when what I really wanted was to go full-time with my business, which ended up happening, but it took a lot of this inner work to really figure that out. Second tool, for those of you who love pro and con lists, I have something even better. A cost and benefits list. Benefits. How are you benefiting from your current situation? What are you gaining from your job? Paycheck maybe, certain opportunities, whatever that might be. Write that down. What is staying in your current job costing you? Compare that to the benefits. Now, if you want to take this a step further, what are the benefits and the costs of making a change? And sometimes the cost of making a change involves confronting uncertainty, the fear of change, and all of that. But many times the benefits of stepping into something that is much better for us can outweigh those costs. So do your costs and benefits list. The final thing that you can do to really tie this all together is do a self-audit or an alignment audit. And what I mean by alignment, looking at you, who you are, your values, your strengths, what you want from work. What is the role that you want work to play in your life? All of those things. And looking at how is your job aligning with those things? Try out these 3 tools and see what you come up with. Sometimes what we really need is just to sit down and ask ourselves these hard questions. And through that process, we can start to gain some clarity of if it's time for us to take the right actions to love our job or if it's time to leave it.